Welcome everyone. My name is Victoria and I will be instructing your chair yoga class today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoy this asana sequence. So we're going to need a few props for today. The first prop that we are going to need is a blanket. And we're going to just set this on our chair just to provide a little bit more comfort. We are also going to need 2 blocks and a yoga mat. And we are going to set this yoga mat on the ground and put our chair on top of it. This just ensures that the chair doesn't slide around. Okay, and we're just going to place our chair on the mat. It's going to be facing forward, and in a little bit we're going to turn it to face the wall. So first, once you guys just come into a relaxed seated position, we're going to first begin by engaging in some diaphragmatic breathing. So what we want to focus on here is expanding our belly like a balloon. What this does is it shows that we are engaging our diaphragm, allowing a fuller expansion of our lungs, providing more oxygen for our bodies. So we're just going to continue breathing this way for a little longer, slowly arriving at the practice today. And I want you to check in with your body, feel if you have any tension, maybe in your neck or your shoulders, maybe some tension in your chest, the sides of your torso. Maybe the tension is in your legs or your feet. Just take a second to notice that tension. Try to breathe into it and relax that area as much as you can. And if the area doesn't relax, that's okay too. Sometimes embracing and accepting all it is an important part of our yoga journey. We're going to take just a few more breaths here. And after your last exhale, we're going to begin our asana sequence. First, we're going to start with just simply floating our arms up and down. Try to engage your breath with this movement, maybe inhaling as you raise your arms and exhaling as you lower them back down. Let's do 2 more rounds of these. Go at your own pace. When you finish your last round, we're then going to do some neck stretches. So we're going to first start by shifting our neck to our right shoulder, maybe bringing our left arm slightly behind us and to our side. Really feeling that stretch elongate down your neck, through your shoulder, and through your arm. If this feels too strenuous for you, you are also more than welcome to bring that arm back to your lap. On your last exhale, we're going to switch our neck to the left side. And again, bringing our right arm behind us. And once again, if this feels like too much for you today, that is perfectly okay. And feel free to bring your right arm back to your lap. Good job, everyone. We're going to come back to center. And next, we're going to bring our chin to our chest so that we can stretch the back of our neck. And then on your last exhale, you can lift your head back to a neutral position. So next, we're going to do some cat and cow stretches. So we're going to shift our bodies to the front of the chair if you're not already sitting to the front of the chair. We still want to make sure that the entirety of our bottoms are still on the chair, but most of our legs are hanging off the chair. This will just provide more room in the back of the chair for the stretch that we're going to do next. So for cat and cow, the stretch entails arching and rounding our spines. So we're going to begin by arching our spines. To do this, we're going to shift our torso forward, bringing our shoulders back, trying to engage those shoulder blades together, and pushing our chest forward, resting our hands on our knees for extra support and stability. And then, if it feels comfortable for you, maybe raising your head just a little bit. On your next exhale, we're going to release, and then we're going to come into cow by rounding our spine, shifting our shoulders forward, tucking our chin, trying to shift our belly button to our lower backs, or I guess pulling the belly button inward would be a better way to describe that. And again, feet planted firmly on the ground, hands resting on the knees. come around a cat and cow. Going at our own pace. Using our breath as a guide. Maybe inhaling as we arch our spine and exhaling as we round the spine. All right, great job everyone. We're going to come into our next stretch now, which is opposite leg and arm lifts. So to do this, we're going to scoot back in our chairs just a little bit since we moved forward for the cat and cow stretch. We're going to bring our feet about hip distance apart. If they were planted wider, you want to bring them in a little bit. So from here, we're going to raise our right arm, and then we're going to raise our left leg. Feel free to raise your leg however much feels good for you today. So even if it's just slightly off the ground, that is perfectly okay. But if you want to go higher, you can do that too. And maybe try flexing the foot so that we can really feel that stretch along the back side of our leg. One more breath here. And on your next exhale, you can release our arm and leg back down. We're going to do the other side now. So raising our left arm, and then following that with raising our right leg. Again, feel free to raise it however much you like. If you're here today, that is okay. If you want to go higher, that is great too. Remembering to listen to your body's needs, that is one of the most essential parts of our yoga practice. Then on your next exhale, you're going to release our arm and leg to the floor. Good job, everyone. So we're going to come into goddess pose next. This is a fun pose. We're going to scoot forward on the chair again, and then we're going to widen the stance of our legs. Widen however much feels comfortable for you. And from here, we're going to hinge forward ever so slightly. You can keep your hands rested on your knees, or you can bring them into a prayer position near your heart. In addition, when we hinge forward for this pose, we want to make sure that we're not arching our backs or rounding our backs. We want to try to keep a nice neutral spine and simply just hinge at the hips. In addition, we want to make sure that our toes are facing out and our heels are facing in. You can really feel this pose in the back of your glutes. So next we're going to come into a twist or a side bend in goddess. So we're going to take our left arm, our left hand, and we're going to place it on our left leg. We're going to bring our right arm up and stretch it over the left side of our body to get a nice stretch along the right side of our body. Try to see if you can keep yourself supported with your hand on your leg. We don't want to drop our left shoulder too much. We really want to feel the stretch in the side, and when we drop more, sometimes that can mess with the integrity of the pose. So hand placed firmly on the left thigh, supporting our weight and feeling that engagement in our bicep and in our shoulders. Good job. On your next exhale, feel free to switch to the other side. So right hand rested on your right thigh, left arm reaches up and stretches across the right side of your body. Again, supporting your weight with your right arm, making sure we're not dropping our shoulder. We want to feel that engagement in our hand, in our bicep, and in the front and back of our shoulder. If it feels good for your neck, maybe try looking up to the side. Or if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can feel free to keep your head facing forward. Good job. Next exhale, we can release and come back to center. So for this next pose, we are going to come into a forward fold. We're going to need our blocks. And we're going to place them next to our feet. And then maybe sit back on the chair just a little bit, since we were forward quite a bit for goddess. So from here, we're wanting to hinge at the hips and come into a nice forward fold. First, coming into a flat back, supporting our weight with our hands. And then, if it feels comfortable for you, we're going to round our spines, tucking our chin, thinking about the position our backs were in during the cat and cow stretch when we were rounded. Really engaging our cores. If this doesn't feel comfortable for you, it is okay to stay in this flat back position. I'm going to take one more breath in whatever position you're in. And then we're going to release and come back to center. Take a couple breaths here, and we're going to forward fold one more time. Okay. So in your next exhale, we're going to come back to forward fold, placing our hands on our blocks, and coming into a flat back. We're going to take one round of breath here, and then on the next exhale, we're going to round our spines if this feels comfortable for you. Tucking our chin and lowering our head towards the ground, keeping our core and our glutes engaged. One more exhale. Try to deepen the stretch if you can. And then on your next inhale, you can come back up to center. is one of the more difficult stretches that we have today, and you guys did fantastic. So we have a few more poses left. The next pose that we're gonna do, we can first bring our blocks to the side of our mats to get them out of the way. So we're gonna come into a spinal twist. So to do this, we're going to take our left hand, place it on our right thigh, bring our right hand either to the back of the chair, or we can bring it to the top of the chair if you want a deeper twist. And think about not overextending your neck too much when we're twisting. So sometimes it can feel habitual to rotate our neck as much as we're rotating our torso. And sometimes this isn't always comfortable for the neck, depending on how much neck mobility one has. So if you would like, keeping it facing maybe forward more or turning it more to the left. One more round of breath here. And then on your next exhale, going to come to center, and we're going to switch to the other side. So right hand comes to left thigh, left hand comes to the back of the chair or the top of the chair, and then we are going to twist. One more breath here, and on your next exhale, we're going to come back to center. Okay, we have just a few more poses left. So for these next three, we are going to stand and use our chair in a slightly different way. So we're going to take our chair and we're going to turn it so that the seat of the chair is facing the wall. And putting it as close to the wall as possible so that it's resting against the wall. So for this first pose, we're going to come into lunge. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the back of our chair. We're going to take our right foot, set it in front of us, and then take our left foot, set it behind us, with our heels lifted off the mat. If you need to widen the stance in your lunge to make it a little bit easier, that might be helpful. If not, you can keep it where it is. We really want to feel this stretch in the back of our hamstring and our quads and in our glutes. Really making sure that our feet are firmly planted on the ground. We want to try to make as much contact with the ground as possible through our feet, really pushing our weight through our feet and feeling the floor push back in resistance. And what this does is it really allows us to feel the stretch throughout the entirety of our legs. We're going to stay here for 2 more breaths. And then from here, we're going to come into warrior one. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift our back leg. We're going to shift our foot so that now the heel is on the ground. Can't see me super well in the video, but our heel is now on the ground and our foot is facing slightly at an angle. We don't want our foot facing completely to the side, so we want it facing kind of at a 45-degree angle. Again, we're gonna support our weight with the back of the chair by resting our hands on the back of our chair and then lunging forward as much as feels comfortable for you. Okay, one more breath here. And then on your next exhale, we're going to come into a modified warrior three. So from here, we're going to try to bring our back leg up and shifting our weight forward, using the chair for support. Your back leg doesn't have to be super high. You can keep it as low as you want. Or if you need to rest it slightly on the ground, that's okay too. Then on your next exhale, we're going to meet our right foot with our left by bringing our left foot forward. Good job, everyone. We are now going to switch and do the opposite side. So now we're going to take our right foot back, heel lifted off the ground, body weight shifts forward, left knee bends slightly, making sure we keep our knee in front of our toes. If you want to lift up, you can with your chest, or if you want to stay kind of in a kneeling forward position with your chest, that's okay too. Two more breaths here, and then we're going to switch to warrior one on our last exhale. So switching into warrior one, we're going to drop that back heel, and our foot is going to stay at a slight angle. We don't want it facing directly towards the side, but having it angled a bit is best. We're going to shift our weight forward, bending that left knee if it's not already bent, and using the chair as support. Trying to push against the chair a little bit to engage the upper body. One more inhale and exhale, and on our last exhale, we're going to shift into warrior three. So shifting our body weight forward, using the top of the chair for support, and raising that back leg. Again, you don't have to raise it too high. You can keep it hovering ever so slightly off the ground, or if you need to rest it on the ground, that's okay too. then on your next exhale, you can release and bring your right foot to your left foot. Alright, well, that is the end of our sequence today. We are going to do Shavasana next. So there's a couple options for Shavasana that we can do. The first option is turning our chair so the seat of the chair is facing towards the front again. And if you want to grab a couple more blankets to rest your head on or to lay over your body, I definitely encourage you to do that, just to provide a little bit more comfort during the relaxation portion of the class. So what we're going to do, well, I'll show you the other option first before I show you this last option. So one of the options is just coming back into a seated position and then resting here for the next 5 minutes. Or if you want to maybe lay on the ground, another option would be to lay on the floor. But first we're gonna swing our legs over the chair and then bringing our torsos down to the mat. We can rest our feet on the back of the chair. If this is accessible to you, it's a really great way to decrease some of the pressure on our lower back, maybe depressurize the sacrum a little bit. I find this position quite relaxing, but if getting on the floor is difficult for you, you're more than welcome to take the first option. So we're just going to stay in the preferred Shavasana pose that you chose for about 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to pretend that we fast forward in 5 minutes for the sake of this video. As we close the class today, I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me. I am very grateful for your presence and for sharing your yoga journey with me. I wish you all the very best for the rest of your day and the rest of your week. Until next time.